all kinds of channels.
It's Thursday.
We got all kinds of stuff like hooked up right here.
Yes, welcome. Hi,
We're
Chris.
back.
Chris.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
So we're gonna,
Fun to hear.
I was just gonna introduce him, but he just likes to introduce himself, of course.
Oh, you were gonna introduce me?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, go for it.
So if this is your first time tuning in, this is Dr. Brian of the Chiropractic Movement, and so we're gonna share some announcements today. And I am Jackie, and we're gonna
Taking the lead. I like that. Lead that shiz up.
I've got
And my sister's on
exciting
this.
announcement. So
Yeah. So let's get into it, shall we?
yeah, you go first.
A lot of cool stuff going on. We are 1 week away. Well, not 1 week. At least not for us. For our son, he starts school in another week, so we're kind of like battening down the hatches. We're getting ready for all that.
Ready.
School starts, so we're kind of getting back in the flow of everything. I wanted to announce just a couple of different things that we've got going on. One of the guys that is on our, what is this, like live stream right now, Chris Skywalker. We have, so for everyone that is with us here at the Movement House, the Chiropractic Movement, we have partnered up with Double Ops Functional Training. So you guys have seen us there quite a bit. We have been, yeah, we're getting it back. It's getting there. Yeah, you gotta get that. Fire that thing up. We, like you guys have seen our posts, we find it really good. We love movement, we love to work out, we love fitness, but we also understand the importance of moving right and moving properly. So it's not just about moving more, right? You guys have probably heard that, like, move more, move often, like all of that stuff, but that doesn't really matter if you don't move well, right? I mean, you could have you could have exercise, you could have terrible alignment, you could have terrible posture, you could have exercises that could injure you. There's some that I do that I need to avoid, that when I do go through those exercises and workouts, completely crush me and shut me down for weeks at a time. So that being said, we have left the movement to the pros. We got to stay in our lane. We are staying exactly where we need to be in the chiropractic lane, and we are turning all of that important move well stuff over to Chris Skywalker and his Double Ops Functional Training team.
And this is big because there's
That's
a lot
huge.
of like,
There's a lot of places out there.
There's a lot of really great places, and then there's a lot of very terrible places as well.
There's a lot of places that are just out there, right? And so we get bombarded with all of this stuff every single day, different letter number workouts, people's different boot camps, little boutique gyms, but you need places that you can get into, work out efficiently, work out effectively, allow your body to recover, because like I always tell people, you can't be pitbull. Say that? Say pitbull. I'm gonna holler at the pitbull. You can't be in growth and protection at the same time. You can't be recovering from an injury and repetitively damaging your body and hope to get your body to where you want it to be, to get it to perform the way you want it to be, right? Like, you can't be in a car, you can't be redlining your car and expecting it to function the way that you want it to function. So that's what we're getting at. You need to make sure that you are partnered up, not necessarily just with chiropractic and not necessarily just us and Double Ops, but you need to put your health, especially when it comes to fitness, in the hands of the right people. And so that's why we have chosen Double Ops Functional Training. They represent what I would like to do. And the first time that I met Chris, it was one of those like, we hugged. It's a man hug, bro hug. But we talked about programming and specific ways that he puts workouts together were almost just like what I would do. And so it was one of those things where I was like, wow, if I could show up someplace and not have to think about a workout, amazing, because it just pulls away all of that energy and time that I put into movement, and I can save that and use it for myself. So that is very exciting. We are stoked about that. If you guys go down there, you do get 7 days free. So get in there and trial out Double Ops Functional Training. I firmly believe once you've given it a shot, I mean, you're going to want to be a part of this culture and this tribe and this style of movement. It's not like, you know, nothing against CrossFit, but we're not wearing down our body that way. We can't. We've got to recover. You guys are professionals, right? If you hope to be able to function the next day and the next day and continue to work out, you need workouts that make sense for your body. So definitely check that out. We're also teaming up with Sage Wellness. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. They are another holistic aromatherapy wellness place. We're going to be doing some events coming up there with them. We've got an event coming up with Soul Cycle, which is going to be next week. So excited to be teaming up and heading in there. And a bunch of other places which we'll mention. But today, I wanted to talk about living till you're 100 years old. 100. I mentioned that because, in the past,
I can't wait to be 100 and just be crazy. Just be like crazy.
What did Big Len do this part? His dance yesterday. He's like, I don't be part. I'm dancing.
Yeah.
Be doing the damn thing. But no. So listen.
Doing burpees.
Yeah, doing burpees. I want to talk about this because when I was younger, and I'm not very old, but like when I was younger, in my mindset, I was like, oh my God, if I could just get to 75 years old, like that would be great. And then when we had Dylan, I was like, they're like 83. And now that I'm already 40, I'm kind of like, man, like a lot more that we've got to do. And so this thought, this glimmer of 100 years old is out there. And the
Did
thing,
your grandfather live to 100?
99 years
99?
old,
Yeah.
biking, doing his thing. And so here's what I want to mention. It's not, even though it is if my grandfather could do it, it's in the blood. People would say it's genetic. I wanted to share something with you today because I was reading something very interesting. And it simply said this: people that have been centenarians, so people that have made it to 100 years old, there is no historical evidence that their parent had lived to 100 years old. So that actually isn't great for me. That doesn't mean that just because my grandfather is 99, that my dad would be 99, and that I would be 99. That has absolutely nothing to do with it, right? What they did find was, right, because that's what it suggests. If your parent wasn't 100, but you lived to 100, then there's no real genetic definitive that that's going to happen for you. What they did find out was that longevity was directly linked to lifestyle choices and lifestyle behaviors. And so I just feel very #blessed. Gotta throw that out there. Because we are in a profession where we get to avoid a lot of things that are going to break down and destroy your body. We don't do this very often. We don't sit very long. So we burn a lot of extra calories and we metabolize a lot more simply because we get to move more. But there are other things that we do quite a bit, right? So, what are you doing?
I'm drinking kombucha that I made.
You can drink kombucha that you make at home. Looks like a beer with ice in it. You can drink kombucha that you make at home. And this is just an easy, what you want to tell them about it a little bit?
Yeah, kombucha is a fermented tea, and it has a lot of
Gas.
good bacterial, what's the word?
Probiotics.
Probiotics. Thanks, doctor.
You're welcome. Didn't even need to be a doctor for that one.
I know, but he's got all the big words. So I just make it at home because I just like things homemade, and then I actually also put essential oil in it. So I put wild orange in it. So if you
Smells
you can flavor it with
like
juice.
vinegar. The delicious
It
vinegar.
tastes like kind of vinegary, and then it naturally.
By the way,
It's really good actually. It naturally.
if you don't like vinegar
It's
or
good
apple
too.
cider vinegar, you should be having that anyway. And that's delicious, by the
Really
way.
good.
That's
Yeah.
really, really yummy.
I know.
Refreshing on a hot summer day. Really nice.
So should I tell them?
Okay, so let's get back to this. Lifestyle choices. There was an event. Well, it's your event. You go for it. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not taking the thunder. Go for it. Boom.
Next Wednesday, I am teaching my first workshop in America, which is amazing. I'm so excited. I partnered up with Alo Yoga. They have invited me, USA Alo Yoga, yeah, to host an aromatherapy workshop downtown in Santa Monica at the Promenade. So if you're in the Los Angeles area and you want to come learn about aromatherapy, essential oils, I'm going to be giving a free workshop, and I partnered with Sage, who is a natural wellness company. They have a shop at Abbot Kinney, and so they've donated a bunch of oils and stuff as well. And then I'm going to bring
And
you.
don't people get some of that stuff too?
Yeah, but
Oh, my bad.
It's like, there's 1,000 people show up. I only have
Get there early,
yeah.
is
So,
what I'm saying.
and then, so their focus is aromatherapy. They're great, and so there's 3 ways that you can take essential oils. So aromatically, in through the lungs.
That's the strongest way to get it, by the way. You can like, people can like, oh, you're
Thank
gonna
you, Doctor.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. It's true. He's just so excited for life all the time.
Anyway, number one. Tell them about number one.
That's aromatically. So in through the lungs. So we're going to focus on how to use oils, and then what that's going to do is help build the elasticity of your lungs, and you're going to learn how to breathe better. When you breathe better, you live longer. And then
There's a cool thing about hold on. There's a cool thing about getting it in, because remember you talked about how when you it penetrates into your cells. So you're gonna have oxygenated blood going through your system, because people have oils all the time. There's like these diffusers that they sell. My parents have when they got it like at Costco or something. You get these cool diffusers, but if you put crappy oil into them, you're inhaling crappy oil, right?
Which is unfortunate, because about 75% of oils out there have some sort of synthetic materials in them.
Synthetic material.
And so you always want to make sure that you're using organic and that it's sourced properly.
Sourced properly.
One way.
That's one way. Well, and remember, if you want to live to 100, you need to put good things in your cells. We're not putting crap in our system and then, we're going to live to 100 and live well. Totally different thing. That's number one. Number two.
He'll be at the workshop, but he's not allowed to talk during the workshop.
Number two.
Number two, topical.
Topical.
Yeah.
And you guys are probably used to this, like massages.
Yeah. So oils actually, like, they don't really like air. They evaporate quickly because they're so highly concentrated.
I feel like I'm pretty oily and it doesn't evaporate.
So I'm going to teach you how to mix them as well, so that you can cover more surface area, and then what happens when they penetrate into the skin, which is awesome. And then especially like if you have any skin sensitivities and things like that. So that is the second one. And then the third one is going to be internal consumption. So some oils, you don't want to like eat them. Like, what are different ways that you can internally take them? Whether it's cooking with them, drinking, putting them in a drink or with your water, all types of different ways. So it's going to be really fun. I'm bringing a bunch of stuff with me, and if you are in Los Angeles, again, it is next Wednesday, August 8th, in the evening, 7 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Come early, have like a little latte on Aloe, and hang out.
They got a great spot. I want to just say, they got a great spot. Come down. It's on the promenade. You would love it. It's there's like free kombucha, there's free parking, there's free coffee. They do matcha. I really got into matcha for a quick moment. One of the girls, I can't remember her name. She mixed one up, and it was amazing. And then I just, you just feel, when you put yourself in a health environment, a place that represents health, and then you get to live it, you get really inspired by it. There's actual possibility. You start to just peak at like the possibility that's out there. And that's how excited I get about the 100 years. You peak the possibility. And so it's the same thing that you will start to peak when you come to this event. It is Wednesday, August 8th, Aloe Yoga in Santa Monica at 7 p.m., right? 7 p.m. to 8:15. But get there early, because like Jackie mentioned, you want to make sure that whatever little giveaways, you never want to get a seat. Oh, she got her hair did.
My mom's here.
Come say hi. What's it called? There's like giveaways.
Yeah, giveaways.
Right? There's giveaways,
yeah.
but there's not giveaways for everybody.
Well, the takeaway is going to be like what you observe, and then what you learn, and then what you can go and do at home to make your life a little bit less stressful. And we might do a little bit of meditation in there, might be a little bit of massage in there. If you're lucky, we'll see. So, and if you hate meditation, don't worry. You will love it, guaranteed.
Or they can tune out. Tune out. That might be their way to meditation. All right, so that's what's going on. That is our updates. We got more coming up. We've got a week to go before school starts. So we're going to be showing up next week. We're going to be talking about back to school and basics, not just for the kids, but for parents as well, because that's very important. Like, you guys, parents, are going to be getting back to your regular program schedule, which is stress. I can guarantee that. And so we want to...
Stress. I'm excited.
No, I'm talking about work and all that stuff.
Oh, right.
Kids go back. They're going to be doing all kinds of, they're going to get back. We got a cameo. Yeah, you got to, but since you got in there now. So that's what's going on. We will catch up with you, I don't know, tomorrow.
And if you have any questions, if you're still watching this about the workshop, just drop me a message either on Facebook, and I will post a little flyer which has my email on it, and you can RSVP or just shoot me any questions that you might have or some things you want to go over. And everyone is welcome to
Good
come.
for all levels.
Men, women. It's not really like a kids thing, but I feel like you gotta bring your kid. I'm sure it'll
Do
be
it.
fine.
Yeah,
there's like
it's all
couches
good.
there. Hope to see you there. Have a great day. Namaste.
How does that one stop? I don't even know how
It's
that's
not
there it is.
stopping.